Oh, it is nice to see palm trees. Good to see palm trees. We've got a palm tree kind of hanging out here even. It's nice. It's good to see, even though the temperature is only really around 50 at the moment. And the sun's just peeking up right now in Arizona. We're in Phoenix. I am out for an early morning walk, run, whatever you want to call it, in Phoenix. We got here late last night, so I was very tired by the end of the night. There were plans to go to a nearby In-N-Out, which shouldn't be far from here. Very excited to try In-N-Out again, but we ended up just going to a hotel and sleeping. There were some complications last night with the hotel. The first hotel we went to, I've had this reservation for a while. Bought it directly from the website. I often buy it directly from the website. I'll use, booking.com to kind of compare rates, and I'll try to see where the most affordable hotel is, the best looking hotel. But ultimately, I'll usually order it through the website because a lot more trustworthy, because if you do it through Booking or a third-party site, you're not necessarily going directly through the hotel, and then you show up and they may not know who you are even. I don't know if that really happens. I've ordered through booking.com, no problem, but if the option's available and the price is around the same, I'll just order it through the website. I ordered it through the website, and once we got there, apparently I didn't exist. My reservation didn't exist. There were no more reservations listed, even though I had it saved on my phone. And the hotel was filled up. A lot of traffic going this way, not a lot going the other way. This is the first time I've really had an issue with a hotel like this. And I said to the representative there, which I believe was just overnight house cleaning person maybe. They were not nice at all, by the way. They were just they were being very short with me. Just saying, well, we didn't have any other reservations for the night. It's like, well, I'm here now. Granted, yeah, this is around 11 o'clock, but I've just never had this issue. I've checked in before around this time, never an issue. But this lady, it was an issue, and it was like, well, there's no more rooms available. And they're like, you're gonna have to go back to the website you ordered it from. And I'm like, well, what the heck do I have to, I better get a refund. They're like, well, you'll have to talk to the website about that. And I was like, well, yeah, you are the website though. I ordered it through, because I'm sure people order through booking.com all the time. I don't, specifically to avoid this. I also paid in full already, because she was saying, well, if there's a hold on your card, you usually will just go away since you didn't get the reservation. I'm like, well, excuse me. I was like, I paid already. I paid through your website. What am I supposed to do? Because you're telling me I have to talk to someone else. And I'm like, you're the person. You are the one I should be talking to, right? So I'm going to have to call them today and somehow make sure it's known that despite the fact that I had a reservation at that hotel, it's still on my account. I, in fact, did not stay at that hotel last night. The person I talked to on the phone with the company, they said that they gave me a number to call in the morning for a refund. Luckily, it's on a credit card, so if it really takes way too long and starts really becoming an issue, I'll charge it back. I don't know. Like I said, I've never had this issue before. This is a first for me, and I guess it's one thing. I suppose if there was a time to show up for a reservation, but what ends up happening though is that I paid already, and then they had somebody else take our room because they filled it up. They filled up the hotel. They told me that. So it's like, well, you can't charge twice for one room. I believe, I don't know, maybe Phoenix laws are different, but my understanding is it's kind of like a law with renting a place. You can't charge one person for rent and charge another person for rent for that exact same room, because you're getting double the money for one service. Well, we'll find out. I feel like it's going to be an annoying phone call, but I'll work my way through it. We ended up finding a different hotel real close by. Ultimately, it was a lot nicer too, even though we had to pay a little bit more. It is what it is. You can compare that to the prices in Minnesota, which were around $273, $279. There's Yoshi's. But the main reason I came to this Yoshi's is that it is the location of the first ever out-of-state McDonald's. First one was in San Bernardino. This was the first one in Arizona, the first one to be outside California, and it was the first building to have the golden arches. Of course, all of that is gone now. It was also the first McDonald's to have a drive-through. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be like anything here to indicate that. Parking lot's pretty big, so who knows. You can kind of imagine there used to be cars parked here in line waiting to get their drive-through. Have a nice day. Before it turned into Yoshi's many years later. Yeah, there's just nothing here to indicate that it used to be a McDonald's. In fact, the second McDonald's ever in the world. People are just driving by history. I've also noticed that a lot of cars don't have license plates, so or they don't have front plates. Usually they should have plates in the front. That's in Minnesota at least, so I guess it's a Arizona thing where people do not need front license plates. It made looking for the Uber a little more tricky. You had to keep looking behind the cars rather than at the cars just pulling in. Yeah, when I went to California, I made the mistake of not whipping by San Bernardino and going to the location of the first McDonald's, which I believe the original building doesn't exist anymore. You can go to the location, and I believe there is a museum nearby. But there is no longer a actual working McDonald's at the first location. The second location in Phoenix, as we just saw, is closed. The third location, I forget exactly which city it is, but the third location, I believe in California, that one's still operating. McDonald's number 3 is still up and running. There's another Mackenzie's here. Wonder if it's as good as the one in Hermantown. Can't go wrong with Starbucks in the morning. I should update the story too. I ended up calling the number that the hotel gave me yesterday because, again, the lady at the front, who was not pleasant about the whole thing, was extremely rude for, in a sense, kind of putting it on me, which felt weird because it's like, I don't know, where's my reservation at? It's really odd that you just don't have it at the moment, and you're thinking I bought it through a third-party site or whatever. I didn't, but anyway, I ended up calling a number last night to try to get the refund. It was probably just their whoever you can call late at night, basically, at their administration offices, and well, they gave me a different number to call about cancellations, refunds. So I called a number, and this lady was really nice. They must just deal with only cancellations and refunds, but they had told me that the refund was already processed. It was for the full amount, and I'll see it on my card in a few days, and they even sent me an email with the receipt. It was almost like too easy. But I'm guessing what happened is when there must be a time you have to show up at the hotel in order to check in. And I didn't know this. Like I said, I've never had this issue. I've shown up at late times at hotels before with no prior notice. And so I just didn't know that that was a thing. So I'll watch for that in the future. But they did end up refunding everything. That's why I didn't want to say the name of the hotel, because I wasn't sure how it was going to get resolved quite yet. I didn't want to throw out a hit piece or anything, but they resolved it. You know, they gave me my money back. It was annoying at the moment because I think it was odd that you would fill up the hotel when I had a reservation, and then we had to scramble to find a different hotel. We had to pay more money, but ultimately, you know, we're getting the full refund back. And maybe there was a time I was supposed to show up, and at that point, if you don't show up, they just give your room to someone else. But at least they process a full refund. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Nothing to really complain about. There was nothing lost, really. I have to say, their pistachio cream cold brew is amazing. I'll try to look for a local coffee shop in the coming days, but for today, this was on the way on my so-called run to McDonald's #2. So it's Starbucks today. This is a cool little joint. Lucci's at the Orchard. And the water tower for a different place called the Orchard Tavern.
I need this.
Introvert. Do you agree with this one?
Yeah, pretty much. Do you want this?
This reminds me of just socks that you would see at like Spencer's back in the day. Like, look at that. First Bloody Mary of the trip so far. And you got...
This strawberry looks icky.
It's the luck of the Irish.
It's supposed to be blue, but it's more green.
Well, I think it's because of the orange juice and the blue going together. It turns it green. That's why it ends up becoming luck of the Irish mimosa.
Makes sense. Oh, that was my finger.
I hit your finger. Yeah, see, then they got mountains in the distance over there. And I don't know, it's like a weird outdoor complex of like 3 different places. They got an ice cream place here too.
Doesn't cactus have aloe in it, or no?
I think aloe is just a separate type of plant.
And like, the thing is, like, he was really.
I'm not sure. Want to join the honor wall?
Yeah.
I don't know what that statue's all about.
I want mine right here.
Yeah, we're good.
The red teddy bear chola. I think there's a restaurant here actually. I think that's probably what you're smelling. There's a butterfly exhibit. Old man of Peru.
Yeah, we're thinking so much.
Quiver tree. This is Mexican fire barrel cactus. If you look on the top there, it kind of looks like they have little jalapenos on the top. I don't know if those are edible, but
Try it.
no way. Some of them are red. I do feel like they're probably, maybe. I'm not sure though. I've never seen anything like it.
I just really want to touch one.
You want to touch one? Well, this one's hanging out enough. You might get poked anyway. Oh, this one's weird. It's almost like a vine that just goes up, grows up.
This is more like oh, those are that's cool.
Looks like little burnt split banana peels. These ones are classic. These ones look straight like needles. Black-spined prickly pear.
Prickly pear.
Prickly pear.
That's
I mean, it looks like a pile of just pine needles. You wouldn't expect to see something growing out of it this way. Octopus cactus. Awesome. The way they just grow up. It's kind of weird. Like, wonder how tough the inside of them are that they can like stay up that way.
birds make little holes in there.
They might. I guess I didn't think of that.
I think they like to eat them.
It's crazy how tall they can get. Looks like they should be hollow, and we're about to hear some like instruments coming out of them. These ones are a lot sharper. These ones are rough. I like how this one sort of twists as it goes up. Like somebody grabbed the top of it and turned it a little.
Fish hook.
Century plant. Engelmann's hedgehog. I wonder which one's the pink fairy duster. I'm assuming it's this one that's.
Probably doesn't have any flowers on it.
But it's probably this bush. It's probably not these things again. Well, I wonder if it's that. I think these are the pink fairy dusters. Yeah.
What are those things called?
You think of those like sea urchins?
Things that we have stuck to it. They're really
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah. I don't know what those are called.
He's digging a hole. He's hot.
It's hiding away. I wonder if it's as soft as a teddy bear.
I think so.
Well, that's not a hummingbird. What are you doing in here? We've got free snail in here too.
Oh, there's one right there.
You see that one? That one's all laid out.
You see him? He's like.
Oh yeah, they're over here too.
guys doing?
Didn't you have another one on you earlier? No. Oh, I guess it wasn't mailed similar to you.
Oh my God, how was this real?
I saw Mars. I got it.
Yeah, that's a really forced perspective with the mountain. It makes it look like it was way further than it was. But the cactuses ruin it because you just figure it out based on the size of those that it's not really all that tall. Yeah, this is the mountain range. And that's Camelback to Opago. So that's there. There's Camelback.
Isn't it?
It's like a broccoli top. Wherever we were looking at in the desert one time, this was my mom's favorite banana yucca. Now we're headed towards the hole in the rock. I tried filming some of us on the scooters, but it's pretty tough to do. Funny that they have those all over in Duluth, and I've never used any of them. See some people climbed up there even. You feeling all right on this one? Well, up until here it was.
It's kind of cool that car stairs in from it. Why they that way when they were
It's a wrap on the hole in the rock.